I do know that people may not really like this design, but I do think that her design is actually pretty nice though. I don't really mind the I really don't remember what the fuck was the naming of this type of design for like the outfit and stuff in Japan, right? Because you know it's a very, I don't know what the fuck is the thing. But like I do like that sometimes. Not really like I don't really like it like to the ground. Geisha, yeah, I think that's what you call it, right? Geisha, was it? Yeah. So like I do kind of like the design of it. The other thing I really like about this as well is that her horns are so like how do I say, like it's part of the hair. You right? You notice that? Like they made the shading of her horns so nice to the point that it really like it like camouflages her horn as if it's like part of the hair design. It's so nice actually. I actually do like that part of the horn part. The coloring of the horn fits very nicely to the basically the colors of her overall upper neck, okay? You know, like the head, the nice stuff, furry stuff on it. Right? And then her thingy here. It is nice, right? It's like a very nice mix of colors that is very, very nice and suiting, very elegant and shit. I mean, that's kind of like how geisha is supposed to be anyway. So it's kind of nice. Makes her very fucking hot too, right? I mean, you guys saw her second portrait, right? Like, look at that. Yeah. Alright, anyways. Hey, yo, how's it going, boys? What is up, Source? Back once again for yet another character impression. This time you have the very new character. Oh, yeah. A very, very new character, but has she been mentioned before? I am not really kept up with all like the Fate episodes and shit to actually know if she is mentioned or not. Is she a new character? Like really, really super new character? She like never was mentioned before. Like I think who was it? Icarus or some shit similar like that one? Is it like super, super new? Oh, super, super new. You know, I feel like that's probably one of the things that like, I don't think I mentioned this enough, but like, I feel like this is what GBF like is really, really good at as well. Like really making very nice looking, like, you know, like cleanse your eyes a little bit. Like very nice designs on new characters, right? I would even say like Icarus is actually not that bad either. Like what were the alright, let's look at the most recent, like the super, super new characters that they introduced into the GBF universe. Rogasa is pretty funny as hell, but I don't think it was mentioned either. Icarus, I know it was new as well. Yeah, there's like very, very little, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, I mean Anderson is kind of new as well. Anderson, yeah. There's like very small handful of characters that are supposedly super, super new. That's why I feel like they actually should make more of this. I kind of like, yeah, okay, you know what? We have another Naru version or some shit. People will go crazy of that shit. I know that's great and all, but I feel like I want to see more like new designs, like actual new characters. They should expand more of that, man. I actually like to see more of that. Okay, anyways, moving back to the character. She has 1273 HP, 10,335 attack. She's light. Is she good for light? Special base, Doraf, of course, because Booba. And then she's a harp dagger character. Okay. Delusion's Embrace. Lights massive light damage to a foe. Utsusemi dodges all attacks. Okay, so just dodge all attacks. First skill is Consort's Procession. Sharp boost to caster's attack for one hit against a foe in break onslaught effect on the foe. Uh-oh. I see. This is where it begins, eh? I see. We are going into this already. Wait, hold on. I need to pause real quick before we go in deeper. We gotta drink water. This is basically break assassin, right? It's not just like assassin because she only is able to do it within break. Because you know, that's how they say that. Onslaught basically allows forces the boss to be in break now. Because for those who are still relatively new to the game as well, back then when they introduced this, they were playing a lot with the whole overdrive break thing because there's a lot of bosses at that given time. You can actually like lock the boss in the break state for a really long time And that's really, really handy for, say, for a character that has this kind of perk, basically, right? So that's why I feel like whenever they introduce a character that has this thing, right, where it's focused like maybe, because you know, even right now, if you get like some older characters that has overdrive assassin, that's a thing, that was a thing in the past as well, by the way. You have like stuff now that forces a character, a boss or whatever, to be stuck in break or overdrive or whatever, or like it just kind of makes it feel like it's like overdrive to allow you to basically have this kind of shit, right? So that's how it originally was. So if it's in this day and age, because that shit is annoying as hell to do nowadays, because there's so many bosses in this at this time that doesn't allow you to lock the boss in place anymore, because that's not a thing in V2, right, for example. So that's kind of like a stupid thing to have. So if, for example, if this character did not have an onslaught effect, she's basically useless. Right? She's more or less useless. Even though it's like, yeah, I never read this thing, but like she has double strike and this shit, right? Even though she has that, I still think she's kind of shit already. Because you want this character because she has that onslaught, she has the assassin thing with the other shit, right? Because that's kind of like the typically stuff that you want to look for, like a bursty character in this day and age, right? You want something like maybe assassin with more shit, right? Like stuff that really allows you to overcap, as an example, right? You just don't not want like, okay, just assassin, that's it, right? You don't want that anymore, because nowadays in like a lot of characters does that now, like just assassin and maybe a little bit of extra, right? So that's why I feel like some people were talking about this character, because I already saw some videos of it while I was scrolling on Twitter for good stuff. So I did see a video of this. I did already. For those who are wondering, yes, I did see a video of this already. They were saying that she could probably be like a character that can do a little bit faster, or if not more than whatever Light currently has already, in a way. But I think she, like, a character like her is probably better for, like, say for example, like maybe for like Nightmare 200 kind of thing, you know, for a raid that is supposedly like much tougher, like has way more HP for you to abuse the fact that you can cast the second and the third time. You know what I mean? Because she only gains her double strike in the second cast, and then she gains the 3 hit on normal attacks thing. One hit does 3 hits instead on the third cast. This kind of stuff I feel like will only really work relatively well if it's in a much harder raid. But I still think it is still possible. You can cast one or maybe twice to make it still relatively good. But probably at the same time, if you have Nehan and stuff, you probably just use her S1 is already more than enough. You don't really need the other two anyway. So yeah, okay. Anyways, so that's I think I already, you know, I sat too long on this shit already. Alright, moving along. Her second skill is Night Long Melody. Special buffs to light allies, boost to light attack and multi-attack rate, boost to dodge rate, boost to light damage effect when a foe is in break, extend the effect duration. So to 5? So it goes to 5 is in the... Okay. So attack, double attack. So this is special, so you cannot remove that. So you get dodge and echo as well. I mean, it's not bad. Doesn't seem that bad. Passion alights. 4 hit light damage to random foes. Removes 1 buff from all foes. When foe is in break, activates after normal attacks and charge attacks. Oh, that's not too bad too. So you basically auto cast this every time, and it's a 4 hit light damage. I mean, it's not bad. 4 hit nuke is not bad. Purveyor of Dreams, more likely to be targeted. Boost to dodge rate, light damage, and hit accuracy to all foes upon dodging. Oh, so she has high hostility. Pride of the Siskin's perk. Doesn't consume Salted Wound effect upon dealing skill damage. Sure. Deals triple attacks against foes in break. So she has guaranteed triple attack whenever she has onslaught, basically. So that's cool. Alright. Alright, what's this? No. We just know Bugs Bunny, okay? That's what the weapon is, just no Bugs Bunny. If anybody wants to know what's the no Bugs Bunny, I need to... You know what, let me just randomly just message to Mr. T so you guys can see what's the no Bugs Bunny I keep mentioning. Alright, this is the no Bugs Bunny, okay? Yeah, there. That's what I'm referring to, okay? Okay, now everyone knows what that is, alright. Okay. Alright, let's see the numbers. Okay, so dodge all, yes. So 300% assassin. I think that's... I mean, that's kind of like normal, right? Or is it slightly more than usual? Plus, it's only one time as well, right? So it's not insanely good, but it's doable. I feel like it's definitely more than normal, but it's not really stupid high. But it feels like it's a bit higher than what we usually see, right? So that's kind of nice. And then, yeah, that one's self-explanatory. This one is... Nightlong Melody is 30% normal? Really? Come on. Really? Normal attack mod? Come on. Come on, man. Why you gotta do her dirty like that, man? I feel like she deserves it better, man. Why is it normal, bro? Why is that normal, man? There's a special buff as well, man. What the fuck? Come on, dude. Really? Alright, what's a multi-attack up? They didn't say it. Yeah, they didn't say how much is the multi-attack though. Even Game Wave doesn't have it. But this is 30% dodge, 20% echo. I mean, that's still alright. I mean, it lasts for 5 turns, right? 30% dodge as well for 5 turns is pretty good, no? And then she has passive dodge too. Okay, then the third skill. Third skill is 60,000. Yeah, 60,000 damage base cap per hit, which is relatively okay. Because 3 times 4 is like 240k base cap. If you put supplemental and shit, it's pretty good. And then you can activate upon autos as well, which is pretty good, right? And then hostility up. She gets plus 10 hostility. I don't think that's a lot. Wait. No, plus 10 is not really that high. I would probably think her chances of her getting attack is probably like 60. It's like around slightly above half, I think. Like probably around, basically it's like a coin flip, I feel like, right? She'll probably get hit half of the time in a way. Because on the higher side, like Geisen Borger or some shit, he goes like 80% or 90% or something, right? That's like pretty fucking high. And then she gets her nuke. Her nuke on dodge is basically 580,000 base cap, which is honestly not bad. 50% accuracy down as well, so that's pretty cool. And then her dodge. It is not mentioned here in the wiki. What is a dodge? Her passive dodge is 15%. I mean, you get 45% dodge. It's almost half. So if you do get dodge ring on her, I think it'll be pretty good, right? I mean, if you're planning to use her in like full auto or whatever shit, I don't know. She looks alright, yeah. It's okay. And then this is self-explanatory, right? This last one. Alright, it's not so bad. Yeah, it's not so bad, hey. Pretty alright character. And I mean, she's a sub-tickable character too, right? So for a sub-tickable character, I would say is like one of the better ones. You know, there are some shit ones. There are some that is not so bad, like this one. It's okay. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, EMP. Alright, so she has 2 crits. She has attack up on overdrive and she has attack up on break. And she has dodge as well. Oh, that's pretty good. And then she has 2 HP nodes, 2 defense and attack. I would totally ignore the attack. She has at 10k, man. This is 100% you want. You want that. This one, I think is kind of okay to have, but I don't think it's really needed. You could actually put 1 point here. Yeah, 1 point on that is actually okay. But like consistent damage, I probably want to put like on crit, so she has much higher chance to crit if you do not have like a crit base setup or whatever. And HP, I will definitely put some on HP, maybe just 1 point of defense each, so she gets extra 10% defense just by 2 points. But yeah, I'll try to put maybe some points. I mean, like same for the overdrive. I think I'll ignore that. I'll probably put some points on HP. Yeah, because 1200 HP is not really that high. Usually on 1200 is kind of like for like the average in a way. 1200, 1300, yeah, those are like the average HP, I would say. The really high ones are like 1500, 1600 sometimes. The lower end side, I would say, is maybe like 1100 towards like 1k or less. There are some characters that are lesser than 1k too. So those ones are probably like the worst ones. But like, yeah, on average, because she's average, I would still kind of consider having more HP anyway. Still always nice to have more HP no matter what, if you ask me. So that's pretty cool. Alright. Yeah, the rest of the points, if there's some leftovers, just put whatever you feel like you need for that particular time. TLDR for her is that I mean, I already mentioned a lot earlier, but like TLDR, to put it simply for her, is that I feel like she only shines really hard for burst stuff. You could potentially even just use her for the full auto burst stuff, which is still a thing. And does she make light any better, like bursting wise? Probably not. Maybe like it's more like for in case if you do not have a certain Halloween character, she might help, I guess. I don't know, that kind of scenario, right? If you're in that kind of scenario, she can help, right? Is she a must-have right now? Probably not. Because put it this way, if you really want her for like, say for example like Guild War, I'm pretty sure by the time Light Favorite Guild War comes up, you should be able to subtix her already. If you're really that desperate, right? You can just subtix her at that time. Unless you're one of those people that you just want to get the character like right now. Yeah, then by all means, right? Go right ahead. I wouldn't... Oops. Sorry, I knocked the mic. I wouldn't suggest on doing that because it's already technically November right now. By the time I'm recording this, like on reset, it's already November. We are like 1.5 months away from roulette. Kinda wanna save your rolls. You know, I would probably suggest on saving your rolls a little bit. Maybe if not, try to save as much as you can for next month, yeah, because you're already almost there. Yes. So on the other hand, other than that, you probably won't really use her in like endgame raids or whatnot. You probably only want to use her in bursts for the most part. I can kind of see her usable in full auto in a way. Like, yeah, you can kind of, if you want to stack dodges, just I think Makura works with her, the rabbit Zodiac. Yeah, you can just run with her. You could also just run other characters that you know, stacks some dodge in some way or whatever. Just make her take all the attack, the damage or whatever. Just stack as much dodge so she can just dodge everything, kind of thing. So it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty alright, right? So you could probably do that in some way. Yeah, but honestly, there's really not much, unfortunately, not much for me to really emphasize more on this character, because this character is just, yeah, this is that skill, right? And then you get extra attack out of it, yeah? You know, you just burst, done, full stop, kind of thing, you know? I'm mid? No, I wouldn't really consider her as mid. For a subticable character, right? She's actually really good. I feel like for a relatively just like non-limited character feel, she's actually not bad. You know, it's kind of like how like when you're considering like Bowman or whatever for Dark, for example, it's, I would say like you could actually consider her as part of the equation kind of thing, because, you know, as part of like a character helping you able to do like burst, full auto, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of stuff. She can be that character if you're missing whatever specific, like, you know, the two Halloween characters, for example, right? You could still kind of do that by having her. You know, you could actually still do that. Obviously, it's not as good, but it's still it's still something, right? You know what I mean? So it's not so bad. The only thing that you probably have to do with Utsusemi is that you have to reset a lot, right? So you can actually get this one, because this, I would say, is probably the thing that allows her to be relatively strong, aside from the double strike shit anyway. Yeah, so that's kind of like the extent I would say I could really pull for this one, unfortunately. So that's all I can say for Utsusemi, honestly. But yeah, she looks good, right? So good for your main screen, I suppose, your home screen page thing. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for future notes thing. Yep. All right, cool.